Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Wow, we got the world first. Okay. Something about this very sharp, analytical, very detective-like energies coming through today. Okay, and right now the word coming through is original. I'm hearing you are original, you're one of a kind, authentic, and unique. Okay, and there's also some sort of like, I don't know, it's like you're being shown that your ideas are valuable, so valuable that people around you are trying to like take them, steal them. I'm hearing the words yoink for some reason, like yoink them out of you, pull them out of you. Okay, people are doing so, and so it's like it's simply just like not working. I'm hearing something around like, but they simply don't have the source code, is what I'm hearing. Okay, it's like they are trying to hack into the mainframe. It would sound so crazy, but like they can't hack into it because only you can, because only you know the code. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird energies there. Okay, but yeah, starting off, you're in this energy of hopefulness, but you're a little bit worried. I feel as though there's something to do with you working on this thing. Okay, maybe you shared some sort of concept recently, some sort of project, and maybe you caught on that someone else is trying to replicate what you're doing. It's almost as though like you kind of caught on to what they were trying to do, trying to say in the atmosphere. But at the same time, it's like, although it's a little uneasy, you're still going about this project. You're still kind of minding your business, is what I'm hearing. Kind of like keeping it calm, cool, collected. But at the same time, it's like you have full faith that what you planted, the seeds that you planted, I'm getting like Ace of Pentacle vibes. Like you planted these seeds of like potential, prosperity, these seeds of opportunity that you want to harvest in the year to come. But it's just like they haven't fully blossomed yet, and you see other people creeping up trying to plant the same seeds that you're planting in your garden. But right now, like you're just focused on your garden. You're not trying to look on the other side to see what they're doing or what they're working on, which is really working out in your favor. But at the same time, you're worried that you may not finish first, is what I'm hearing. Okay, there's something to do with something in the energies where like people almost want to steal from you, kind of give you this some sort of hollow victory of some kind. Okay, almost like teach you a lesson. Okay, is what I'm hearing. But you're standing strong in your starting position, okay, with the world. It's as though it's like you are coming to a point of fulfillment and integration with the things that you're cultivating in your atmosphere. But at the same time, it's like there's so much. I'm hearing this is almost feeling like it's coming after a long-winded battle of exposure to like nonsense, okay? Exposure to theft, like I'm hearing intellectual theft, okay? I'm hearing they're panicking. It's like it's almost as though like they tried to teach you a lesson, and it's like the Uno reverse card flipped on them. Ooh, I heard this ringing noise, like ee, like this is this like pitched noise of just like it's like one tone frequency. It's like they're trying to silence you out, almost like a dog whistle. Okay, it's almost as though it's like they tried to catch you in this dog whistle so that it would kind of leave you disorientated, is what I'm hearing. Okay, but you've learned the lessons. You've completed the cycle with this world energy coming through, and the lessons learned, you're wiser now. It's almost as though you already have data to back up the plans that you've been putting in place, is what I'm hearing. So it's like it almost looks like their attempt to steal your intellectual property is half I heard half baked. Okay. It's half baked like a potato. Okay, and the oven is not baking it, is what I'm hearing there. It's almost as though it's like you trusted your inner knowing, your intuition in that regard, especially as you're looking forward with the Two of Wands. You know that you have a vision. You have plans and places that you made hard choices in order to develop, hard choices to cultivate. And it's people can't easily replicate what you're doing, okay? When you shared this project or concept that people wanted to steal, emulate things, emulate? Emulate. It's like I'm hearing annihilate. Ooh, they wanted to annihilate your project, okay? But their plan is completely backfiring, okay? It's putting them in this hangman position, okay, in their landscape going into the undercurrents, because it's like they try to put you in this perspective of like, oh, it's time for you to surrender. We're taking your ideas. We're going to jump ship and build our own ship. It's like they wanted to leave you stranded on the island, or stranded on a ship you perhaps, or which they thought you couldn't control, is what I'm hearing, based on their their perspective, but things are shifting in your accord because you might be surrendering to certain elements, but it's working out in your favor because of your hopefulness, okay? It's like it's almost giving me this vibe of like they assumed that they could replicate your brilliance, okay? But they're finding out. I'm hearing I'm hearing this whiplash out here, okay? They found out that they lack the foundation that you've been building, I'm hearing, for years, for months, okay? It wasn't days, okay? That you were executing this plan. It's been well overdue. It's like you did like a study, you did some research, you backed up all your stuff with some sort of like analytical data, you got the insights, you got all the marketing things, all these things that you needed to do to decisively push forward. It's like you got the documentation in place. So when they show people what they've been brewing up, it's like, where's the documentation? Where's the user feedback? You know, where's it's like everyone's just like, it's not adding up. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh yeah, they're being exposed. Their stuff is being exposed. Their hidden agendas are being exposed. Okay, it's like they try to intentionally disguise their actions as being, I heard, it's like ill intent masked by kindness. Okay, it's like they had hidden motives, almost like trying to be helpful, but it's too helpful to trust. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh, are you really working on that? It's like it just makes people come across like question marking them, got them wondering like, are they really doing this for the empowerment of the people around them, the communities, the society, the workplace, you know, other employees, things like that, the family, the friends, the social circle? Are they really doing this for the everyone's good and like best intentions? You know, so it's coming from a very like it feels very almost malicious or even like empty hearted kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like careless, selfish almost. And so, because of their exposure of this stuff, okay, it's like it's kind of leaving them a little blindsided, is what I'm hearing, okay? I'm hearing now they're worried. You used to be worried, now they're worried. I'm hearing they're wondering why they got caught, okay? It's like maybe they stole a name to something. Maybe you were going to make a business. Maybe you were going to make some sort of creation of some kind. They try to steal your business name. They try to steal your project name. Maybe they try to kind of like, oh, I heard the word orchestrate. Orchestrate some sort of initiative, agenda that looked like it was attached to what you were doing. But in actuality, things started to add up where it's like they know, like whoever they're showing this thing to, they know that you're the original because when they check the database, when they check the history, when they do some research, or like you come up, is what I'm hearing. Okay, it's like your passionate pursuits, your intensity to work behind the scenes and do what you got to do, but also have like almost like I'm hearing hidden counsel, okay, of some higher level individuals who almost like it almost seems like stakeholders, or kind of like almost like business individuals who are kind of like it's almost like someone who's like in a higher position that could give you a loan for your business, or even what is it? It's almost like these founders or advisors of your company know what you're up to, and this person tried to have like try to confide in these people. I'm like, what's going on? It's like question mark. It's like the exposure. You know what I mean? And they're wondering why their plan failed. They're wondering like if you knew, or if you caught wind, is what I'm hearing, okay? Because now they're kind of like stuck on if they should commit to the idea or not. They have conflicting thoughts. I'm hearing nightmares with this commitment issues, okay? They're afraid to settle down and just let you do your thing. They're going to come back full swing trying to almost like get you to stop what you're doing, so that it's like, oh, we're just going to distract you with all these things and not allow you to pursue your endeavors because we don't want you to come up on top. You know what I mean? So it's like they almost kind of like leaving you as like it's like they try to like, it kind of gives me this vibe of like they try to isolate you, but in actuality it's only going to propel you higher because it's almost like I'm hearing the word bloat. Like you're getting rid of all this bloat, all of this it's kind of like all this backlog that they're trying to create for you, you know? Almost like you're on a mission, but then they try to put like a boulder in your way, so you just put it in the backlog. Like you're reducing the noise, is what I'm hearing, okay? It's kind of like leaving you as like the only one capable of like finishing what you started in this endeavor, okay? I'm hearing because you're kind of like canceling out the noise. you're really evaluating what's important and what isn't, which is also conflicting to them as well. It's like it's deceitful, it's very strategic on their end. Because of these hidden motives, it's like they're overthinking if you know what they're trying to do is what I'm hearing. Okay? It's kind of weird. It's like I'm hearing the words they're panicking, okay? It's like, but your genius is protected is what I'm hearing, okay, in the energies. Wow. It almost gives this vibe of just like, yeah, these people are very fake, okay? It's almost like they want to try to be like a teammate to you. This kind of gives this vibe of someone who was going to be a co-founder to you, but they tried to steal your intellectual property, have you sign some sort of documentation, almost like signing over your house kind of vibe without you even knowing it, because they think that you're not going to pay attention, okay? They got all these like red flags, but I'm hearing that you're going to be just fine, okay? It's almost like a hiccup in the history of things, you know what I mean? While you are on the way up is what I'm hearing in the energies. It kind of gives this feeling of like, keep to yourself as much as you can. I'm hearing keep your plans and agendas hidden is what I'm hearing, okay? It's like if they find out what your plans are and they try to like wiggle their way in or back into the situation, into the atmosphere is what I heard. They're going to try to execute the plan for you with your data, with your intellectual property, with all of it's like giving them access to some sort of database like a Google Drive or like a GitHub repo, or like just to share the work or something like that. If you give them like public access to something, let's just say you're at work and you hook like up your what's it called, like your stuff to like a Google Drive, and you share it publicly, they're gonna just take it, you know what I mean? Or like you do it to a GitHub repo, you might share your code, and then they see it and they're gonna just like copy it and then commit code somewhere else before you actually put it in a public domain, something like that. It's like they try to kind of reorchestrate, like as if they're the one who put it out there first, you know what I mean? But I feel like you've already shown people like that are pretty up there, to the point where it's like even if they tried to do that, it wouldn't make sense, you know what I mean? But it's like kind of protect your intellectual property as much as you can, especially while you're like having this fiery pursuit about you with this Knight of Wands. The compass or the advice for you essentially is to just like stay grounded in what it is that you're doing. You have like a lot of intensity and passion and drive towards this thing. Keep the momentum as you kind of look forward with this Three of Wands, because you're expanding into that, into your final outcome. And it's like you're going to notice flags pop up as you are, I'm hearing competing during your commitment. What? That sounds so weird. It's like they're going to try to compete with the commitments that you have towards finishing this thing. So you just going to have to be in your P's and Q's, you know what I mean? It's like you don't want to ignore the hidden flags. It's like, oh, what you're up to? Just trying to like keep it, calm, cool, collected. You don't want them to know everything, because you know better is what I'm hearing, okay? You want to, kind of like stick to yourself, prioritize your rest, prioritize your emotional stability, pamper yourself, focus on you, okay, going forward. But it's like they're going to try to stop you in how you're like, I'm hearing they're going to try to stop your investments, okay? Whether that be in people, whether that be in business, whether that be in anything really, okay? But these individuals, like, they know that you're brewing up something big, okay? But like you've put a lot of investment into this outcome, okay? And you're going to be able to reflect on these results soon, but it's going to take a lot of patience, because what you're building right now isn't something that's going to be, it's not like you can build Rome overnight is what I'm hearing. Like you can't build Rome. I think it's like Greece or Rome, I don't know. But like you can't build things overnight, you know what I mean? So you're just kind of walking through that, working through it. But these people are definitely trying to, I don't know, you're just dealing with someone who tried to steal your idea. They got caught. They're still trying to go at it anyway, as if I don't know. It's like, it kind of feels like they don't get caught until like, I don't know, maybe they get caught right away. Maybe they get caught later, but things are stabilizing in your atmosphere, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I don't think they're going to stop. There's something about some sort of aggressive behavior behind it, where it's like they want to be better than you, okay? They want to try to almost like express, like almost like try to be more intelligent or seem more like a leader. like they have their self together, okay? Yeah, you just have to protect yourself, okay? There's gonna I heard, be a need to, um, almost like first aid, like be your own aid, okay? Be at your own aid, because you're gonna need to be equipped for some sort of sudden needs with ahead of time planning, okay? They might try to throw things at you. Like I was mentioning, they're gonna try to be like, oh, there's an emergency. And it's like really not an emergency, you know what I mean? They're gonna try to make it seem like something is serious, but then kind of double back, oh, it wasn't that serious, you know what I mean? Almost to almost like trigger you. Almost to almost like is what I said. It's like it's almost like the seesaw effect. It's like you work on this thing, or you like say let's say for instance hypothetically, you're working on this thing and you really care about that domain, that project domain. They might be like, oh, this is coming up down the pipeline. You're like, okay, I'm gonna, be able to support that. But then it's just like they don't give you visibility into that project. And then when they do, it's too late. You need the visibility. That might trigger you and be like, oh, where's the visibility? And they're gonna be like, oh, you have a tone issue. And then they might be like, oh, they might try to say like they might report you to somebody, you know what I mean? They might do this and that. So you just gotta be on your P's and Q's, you know what I mean? It's almost like they're gonna try to make something seem like it's really all that important. I would just say whenever there's an issue, just be like, oh, it's alright, no worries about it. Just like brush it off, you know what I mean? Because like they're gonna try to team up against you, okay? This might be a workplace situation. This might just be like a co-owning situation, but just be, mindful. Just focus yourself, center your energy. We're getting candlestick. Something about start the rhythm with a ritual and focus will carry through. Yeah, just kind of like there's like this song, that's almost like a mantra, If they don't give a F, then we don't give a F, you know what I mean? So we kind of gotta go on that vibe, you know what I mean? So they don't care, so you don't care, and it's like you just gotta be on that page, right? So I feel as though that's kind of like the vibe you're gonna be going into as you kind of complete the milestones that you're trying to accomplish. But there's like a lot coming down for you, okay? Yeah, just channeling, focusing your direction, okay, with this television. Also kind of gets like the television, like ensure that when you speak things into reality, when you go about certain actions, you're telling a vision, you're foreseeing a vision. I'm hearing something about journaling as well. Okay, you might be doing some sort of spiritual journaling to kind of tap into some of those like frequencies and kind of like I'm hearing put into overdrive your dreams and aspirations, because you're kind of just writing that down, and it's like tapping into other frequencies and dimensions for your spirit guides to like help you through that. Okay, but yeah, life has no remote. Constantly switching channels won't find your show. Stay focused or you'll miss the best parts until you have all the facts. Yeah, so essentially it's like stay rooted in like this. I'm hearing like spearhead into this one direction. Okay, I'm hearing you might need to be doing some overnight, like I'm hearing like overnight burning the midnight oil, getting owl energy for some reason, to kind of cultivate this idea a little bit more. Okay, it's like it could take you several months, or it could take you a few months, maybe a few weeks, if you just take a little bit of time over the weekend. But it's like I know, but not everyone wants to like do work related stuff during the weekend. But like if it's like your dreams and aspirations, like you're an entrepreneur, this is probably something you want to do rather than just like clocking in 9 to 5 during the Monday to Fridays. You know what I mean? Yeah, but having that balance, that enjoyment, okay? Build a cycle of release, feel fresh with a lighter heart. There's like a need for you to balance things out, balance your emotions. There's definitely gonna be people who are gonna try to trigger you, okay? You gotta be aware of that, okay? Especially when you're on your way up, they're gonna try to put you on a reset. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to factory reset you in some capacity, some way. They're gonna try to push you back, push you down, try to prevent you from progressing in any way possible, whether that be character assassination, whether that be, project assassination, all these things. Like they're just gonna try to really put you in I'm hearing an upheaval, okay? Almost try to give you a tower moment, okay? Where it's like things are shocking you. They have some sort of upheaval, you know what I mean? Maybe try to put you in some sort of disgrace, shame, okay? Even though you're living in integrity, they might try to make you feel like you don't belong, or you're experiencing hardships, or you're excluding yourself from people. So just kind of be mindful of that, okay? But yeah, there's going to be a need to flush away that chaos, embrace healthier interactions as you do so. But whew, it's crazy out here, especially within your relationships, okay? Stick to the relationships that have your best interest at heart, okay? Especially with honesty. These dynamics of honesty are really going to serve you, okay? There's definitely something around being honest within your role or with your role and what you're doing in this intellectual property that you're building up, okay? Something about the exposure of it, okay, is really going to magnify certain relationships in a good way and a bad way, okay? So you're just going to have to transition through that energy, okay, as you recognize it, okay? Because it is going to put a bit of a divide, okay? We're getting fence. Oh, I got an owl. Wow, I was saying owl energy, and then you got the owl. Yeah, I was definitely feeling owl energy coming through. Something about there's this intellectual property is going to divide a lot of people and going to put a lot of people up against you, okay? Whether that I'm hearing maliciously, okay? I don't know what it is. Something about security and privacy, okay? I would say check all your files, check all the things that you do, your emails and anything that protects your intellectual property. It's going to be really important for you to do that at this time. Almost like be very analytical, be very detective like. Especially I mentioned this in the initial messaging of the reading, but because your idea is so original, people are going to want to try to steal it, even if they're in your inner circle, okay? So it's like, be mindful of who you're sharing your project with in your inner circle. You might want to set up some NDAs. You might want to set up certain things to protect this identity, this intellectual identity that you're building up here, okay? The source code, okay? Like, they don't have the source code that you do, but it's like if they get access to it, they're going to just like leak it. You know what I mean? So it's like keep it in a safe, keep it locked in, okay? Protect it, okay? Because you are the true keeper, okay? That knows when to lock and when to unlock, okay? Your secret should serve you, not control you, all right? So it's going to be a little bit of a tug and pull, okay? Especially uninvited change and arrival, okay? The arrival of an uninvited guest will alter your plans. So someone might tap into certain things. They might get access to a certain file or something like that, but they might even be invited to a meeting that they weren't supposed to be invited to because somebody else in your inner circle invited them. You know, keep things very knit and lock, okay? Don't allow people to modify files or calendar invitations even, okay? These are all important things that you might want to consider. There's just like a lot of red flags that are coming through in the final outcome as you're about to watch your investments grow, okay? But it's gonna be like, once you get to this point of your final outcome, you've already planted the seed. You just gotta watch it grow, but they're gonna try to come at you, okay? So just, I don't know why. I feel like there might be some sort of judicial stuff, some lawyer, some justice related stuff, balancing out some sort of situation, okay? That I'm kind of just feeling that in the energies. I don't know why. It's really just about you kind of being judge and jury to certain interactions as you kind of go about, building up this intellectual identity. So yeah, these are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.